Joe, and Mary too. Mary's college years pulled her into a faster world. She studied animal science, volunteered at the shelter, joined a rescue group that traveled out to nearby towns after floods. Her phone was always buzzing, her days stacked tight. Joe never complained, but sometimes he missed the simple quiet of when they'd just sit and talk about nothing. He was busy too. His dad's health started to slip a little. Not anything dramatic, just slower mornings, tools forgotten on the counter. So Joe took over more at the shop. By 22, he was running most of it. His mom said he reminded her of his father when he was young, patient, careful, a little too hard on himself. They still made time for each other. Some nights she'd come by after class, exhausted, and sit on the counter while he closed up shop. He'd hand her a soda from the fridge, and they'd talk about the day, sometimes deep, sometimes nonsense. There was comfort in just being near each other, but there were rough stretches too. The first real argument came when Mary got offered a summer internship in another city 3 hours away. She wanted to go. He wanted her to, but he hated how far it felt. "It's only for a few months," she said. "We'll be fine." He nodded, but silence hung heavier than he meant it to. They figured it out eventually, though. They always did. That summer tested them. Calls dropped, texts lagged. There were weeks where they barely spoke. But when she came back, things settled again, different, but stronger. They started to understand that love wasn't about always being side by side. It was about still choosing each other when everything else got loud. Their families stayed close. Mary's parents would stop by the shop to tease Joe or drop off food. Joe's mom helped out at the shelter sometimes. They were all part of the same orbit now. Birthdays, holidays, late dinners that stretched past midnight. When Joe's dad passed quietly one winter, Mary was there through it all. She held his mom's hand at the funeral, helped keep the shop running while Joe took time to breathe. And when he finally broke down, it wasn't loud, just a slow collapse into her shoulder. She didn't say anything, she just stayed. A year later, when Mary finished her degree, Joe was waiting outside the auditorium with flowers and her favorite chocolate bar. "I didn't think you'd remember that," she said. He smiled. "You said it once. That's enough." They talked about the future differently after that. Not big, dramatic plans, more like small certainties. The idea of a house near both their families. Maybe a dog, even though the cats would riot. A life that stayed simple but steady. They built it piece by piece. He expanded the shop. She started working full-time at the shelter. On weekends, they painted the walls of the house they bought together pale green for the living room, warm yellow for the kitchen. The cats watched every move like tiny supervisors. Some nights, they'd sit on the porch after dinner. No noise except crickets and the hum of the streetlight. She'd lean into him, and he'd say, "You ever think about how it all started because of one runaway cat?" Mary would smile and say, "Yeah, I think about it all the time." And in those moments, it was clear love hadn't been some perfect, glowing thing. It had been a choice, made again and again in joy, in exhaustion, in loss, in ordinary days. That's what made it last.